It's now 7:34 here on Radio Christian Voice. Welcome to it. Just in case you're tuning in, this is the Cavmont Smart Money Show, and in the studio we're joined by Chill. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good. Good.
Yeah, mwaiseni mwatambulwa.
Mwatambulwa.
There's those other words. Beautiful stuff. Okay, so yeah.
I just know Moisen, and then it's done.
Really?
Yeah, okay. I'm so bad.
But that's your stuff, Chill. That's
I know, but I had to ask in the office. How do you say Moisen in your language? Oh, this. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's make it work. Yeah, because everybody's got a Moisen.
Cool. Anyway, we're welcoming everybody that's joining us also live on Facebook.
Yes, indeed.
You can go to the Cavmont Bank page and find out what we are talking about today. Great discussions as always, and we have Chill to run us through the good stuff.
You know what, guys, can I tell you something? I remember when I told my dad that I wanted to study communications, and he said, who's going to pay you to talk?
That laugh says it all. That laugh, absolutely. But you have to welcome the people on our YouTube channel.
I'm just saying, welcome everybody to the Smart Money Show today. We are definitely live here at Radio Christian Voice. We are live on Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah.
And we would like to thank everybody. And if you want to be part of the conversation, please feel free to join us like Marlies has done from Namibia,
awesome.
saying, good morning, Team Cavmont. We see you, Boss Marlies.
Yep.
Yes. So, as we're here today, and we're going to be talking about for a while now at Cavmont Bank, is mortgages. Yes, we are. Actually, what's next Wednesday? Next Wednesday. Oh, goodness.
The debt?
Yeah, I'm
if
supposed
today is the 21st,
so it's like the 28th.
Yeah.
Oh.
The mathematician, she was quick with that.
No, she just went on the computer and checked fast. Please,
I knew
don't
it.
get excited. She's not that quick.
I was going to be shocked.
Please, Dario, by now we know the situation. She's not that quick. She's not that quick. So next Wednesday, I think I will be here with Mulenga, our head of retail, or she might come here with EC, our chief credit officer. If I'm away, I might be away.
Okay.
For to get my Zim award, Yeah.
Oh,
no, we don't know,
nice.
but I'm just saying. Let's just say.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway, but if we are going to be launching a new mortgage campaign, so I thought let's start talking about mortgages and what mortgages are about, right?
Yeah.
But one of the things I want everybody to start understanding is we do talk about mortgages sometimes and just how it's a different sort of a loan. A mortgage is not your normal regular loan, and there's so many things involved, conveyances, lawyers. So as we're moving around, talking about mortgages, and as we sort of move along, and next week we sort of pump our new promotion, which is great. So if you want to get a mortgage, hold off. Don't go anywhere else. Just wait for me to tell you what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
As we're doing all that, I want everyone to start understanding what mortgages really entail and what they're all about. Okay. So today we're talking about land transfer tax or taxes when you're buying a home. Okay. So basically, you've sort of got your down payment together. I hope you've been saving for your down payment.
For the mortgage? No.
Are you never gonna have a house?
I am, but I've not started saving for the mortgage. But I save. Does that count as anything?
Crickets. You know what, Cholwe? I don't know why you sit here with us every week, because clearly I'm just talking to myself.
Okay, so let's count it as down payment.
What you've been saving so far.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's not her down payments, it's her emergency fund. Cholwe has no down payment for her mortgage.
I mean, but at least if she does.
Oh,
have
please,
that,
stop trying to make it better.
She has that. At least you should give her
Dario
kudos
has
that
my
there's
back
something.
today,
Where do you keep your
which is kinda
savings, Cholwe?
interesting.
Where do you keep those same mortgage savings or whatever?
You don't want her to start mentioning.
No, I'm just asking. Where are they? Under the bed? Because they're not at Cavmont, so they must be under the bed. Yeah. Okay, I'll take it as they're under the bed. All right, everybody. So now let's say you've got your down payment ready. Okay.
Right.
You've even come to Cavmont Bank. You've applied. You've even booked. Your loan has been, your mortgage has been accepted, has been approved. The offer on the house you're trying to buy is approved. This, and you're like, I'm ready. You have even booked the moving truck, okay?
Yeah.
So Cholo is ready with her 3 pieces of furniture, okay? And she's even booked her uncle to come and pick her up in his 4x4. She's ready to move, right?
Right.
Now, the finish line to close her home purchase is in sight. It's right there. But she needs to shell out a bit more money before she can actually take those keys and sign that, and have that agreement say this is now her house. All right.
Yeah.
And this is something that is often overlooked by home buyers. And what I want everyone to know, I actually got stuck in this. I did not have all the proper information when I was getting my Cavmont home loan, because I thought, they'll just give me the money and then I'll go and buy my house or build my house, and that's the end of it. You know what I mean?
And after all, it's chill, and then she's good at communication, so obviously she just convinced
I
them.
was caught off guard, and I even started to get upset. And I'm like, you people, you didn't tell. And they're like, yeah, but you should
But who
know.
are you telling you
I was
people?
telling
Because they're your
they
people.
know. Yes, they're our people, but they know. You know. Downstairs team. No, but it's also sometimes often an assumption that everybody knows what costs come with a mortgage. So a lot of these costs, I said, are overlooked by home buyers and can come at a nasty financial surprise. If you come and borrow from Cavmont Bank 400,000 kwacha for a mortgage, okay, because your house, let's say your house is 380 or even 400, and you're like, this 400 is going to cater for that. Trust me when I tell you that these taxes and fees that I'm going to tell you about are probably going to cost you like another 40,000.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's, so it's not
So
always
you have
cheap.
to be aware.
You've got to be aware. So even when you're getting your mortgage, if you know you don't outright have those funds, you make sure that what you get is going to cover those extra expenses. Okay, so let's talk about these possible nasty financial surprises. Okay, these costs can include a lot of things. Number 1, guys, lawyer fees. Ha! Icho! My lawyer. I really should have been a lawyer in my next life, because even me, and these are constant, these fees, huh? They don't, it's not one-offs. Every time you're renewing, or if you want to top up, or anything, like if you want to...
That's a separate deal you have to go into.
Exactly. So we call, here I'm using layman's terms of top up, but it'd be like, put your, get equity back from your home kind of thing, right? It's again, lawyers' fees for booking. Lawyers, our lawyers, you are good. Lawyers are good. That's all I can
you
say.
have that experience in your family.
Oh, my dad is a lawyer, but he's not a mortgage lawyer. So it's a very different situation. I don't think him it was human rights, people who didn't have money. You know what I mean? How am one day. Anyway. So, and then there's often, depending on where you live, and this is something we have to go and you have to do the research of where you live. The good thing about living in Zambia is most taxes and things are sort of nationalized.
Okay.
However, we could start seeing places where you live in a certain municipality or a certain city, and because of the way things are, you find that your taxes are higher than in somewhere else. So if you live, I think if we live in good old Chinsali, for example, then maybe the taxes we're paying there for a home purchase are much less than if we live in the middle of Kitwe.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I would suppose maybe in more quote-unquote advanced nations that's the case, because the neighborhoods are different.
Also, your tax structure could be different.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think we're going to start seeing Zambia shift more to that, because what it means, for example, and this is where you say, okay, where do the taxes come from? Let's say I live in an extremely developed neighborhood, all right? The infrastructure is all there. I've got everything. I've got to pay
to use that
to
enjoy the infrastructure.
Yes. So if I buy a house and they tell me, okay, your taxes on just the home purchase, let's say 2% of the total cost of the house, it doesn't sound like a lot of money, but if it could be. If you say, okay, my house is 500,000 kwacha, that's a lot of money. Exactly.
Yeah.
But if I live maybe in rural Zambia, where let's say the infrastructure is not as sophisticated, and it's still sort of in a planning stage, then maybe my tax structure will be a little bit different.
Okay.
Right.
And remember, this is specifically your home tax. This isn't like your annual revenue or your
Regular.
sales tax or anything. This is just on your home. All right? Okay. So, and then next thing, even unexpected moving or repair costs.
Okay.
Now, at Cavmont Bank, for example, we're doing outright purchase mortgages, all right? So that means you find a house, you go and buy it.
Okay.
So it's very different from when you build a house. That we'll talk about later. That's a bit of a different
Story.
structure, actually. Yeah.
Cool.
But let's say you find your house. How do you know your house really is what it's supposed to be? What if you go there and you find the pipes in this bathroom doesn't work? This is what's happening to us now. I'm telling you, the contractor, when I find you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what if you go there and you find, the bathroom doesn't work?
Right.
And now I've got to fix the pipe. And some of
Yeah.
the things are not cosmetic things. Cosmetic things we can live with. You can live with, this room is not fully painted. I can live with that. But what if it's stuff that you're like, actually, we can't function in this house
Yeah.
without a working bathroom?
You might have to dig, the walls or
you
the
know-
ground again.
And then the builders always make it like, no, we need to remove all the tiles. And you're like, no!
Because that's a serious cost.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I want you to also be ready for your moving or your repair costs. For many homeowners in many markets, it also means what we say ponying up for land transfer tax. What is land transfer tax, guys? This is typically paid by homeowners in different areas when you close sort of the land purchase. So I think we pay this annually. Yeah, in Zambia we should be paying, you pay your land
Ideally.
tax ideally. So when you buy a piece of land and you own a house, you should be paying your land tax every single year. I know it's not always very much. I think I talked about once, mine was like 80 kwacha. Allah, I was so
Oh yeah,
excited.
you did mention
Yeah, I was
it
excited.
at some point.
Yeah, I'm paid up revenue. Don't come for me. But yeah, but I mean, but it's still something you don't know how much you're gonna. And I'm wondering, it's because of where our house is. If maybe it was in the middle of very CBD Lusaka, it might be very different,
Oh, yeah.
right? Yeah. So just find out what your land tax is and pay it. All right.
Right.
And this will often happen at the. Then the other thing, one of the things is when we're purchasing land, there's the transfer.
The
Costs.
property transfer tax.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if I buy land from Dario, we've got to go to lands and pay
Yeah.
for the land transfer to
Whenever
happen.
quote unquote money exchanges hands, Boma has to kind of like get something from there. So there's always
because
that-
they're
that
providing us with a
transfer.
service.
Yeah. So it's always
We love the
it's a
government.
standard. Does that smile though? It's a little bit cryptic. Like,
Oh, you people, leave me alone. I'm paying. Okay, and then remember this: land tax is often paid in cash. Okay, so unlike other mortgage payments where you can amortize them over a course of a period. I mean, your mortgage is amortized anyway, right?
Right.
Land tax is almost paid in cash. And then this is why I said that I think as we go, depending on where you are and where you buy the land, there's no way your land tax cost changes.
Oh, yeah.
And even in Zambia, this is the same. It's not necessarily about province, but I mean, the government knows how they say this is premium land, this is maybe mid-range or whatever, however it's sort of categorized. But
Right.
be ready to calculate that land tax. And often that land tax is a percentage of the value that you paid for your land or your house, okay?
Okay.
And this is where it's very rare that it's sort of a flat fee.
Okay.
And I mean, it could be, you don't want to know what I have to pay. Because it makes me very depressed. All
does
right.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Do you
I don't
want
want to go there.
Yes. Do you want to take a quick break because I'm going to get
Yes.
into some serious numbers when we get back. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, join us right after the break. Remember, you can catch us on our Facebook page, that is Cavmont Bank, and get to know what's happening. We have some comments that obviously will interact with
Great.
pretty soon. So
Great.
stay tuned to Radio Christian Voice.
Uko.
The time now is 7:50 on Christian Voice. Welcome to it in case you are just tuning in. And we are talking smart money right
Oh, yeah.
here on the cover.
What are we really talking about?
We're talking.
Just don't even know what we're talking about.
And then it's another.
Look at
Like
the
deer in
question,
the
way-
headlight,
The way
remember?
she's asking
She's
you
like,
the question.
what are we really talking about?
What are we really talking
Is it?
about?
Did you tune out?
No, I didn't.
So what are we talking
I've been apart. And
So
you know,
right now she's remembering. So she's taking you into a conversation to kind of like, are we talking about mortgages,
this-
transfer? But yeah, I gave you a clue, so that's all right.
mortgages.
We're not talking, but we're not
But
really.
we're talking about moving house.
Not really.
You know
Sort
what?
of. That was part of it.
Oh, chill. What are the next points?
If you are just tuning in,
into 5 minutes.
I'm
of
telling you
this.
this. So if you are
How
just
about we
tuning
do
in
a
like
recap
Cholwe, no,
for the
no.
sake
If you
of
are
people
just
like
tuning
me?
in like Cholwe, we are talking about land and tax transfer fees and other fees when you buy a house with a Cavmont home loan. Yes, right. Not moving. You see, she remembers because we talked about her one thing she was gonna move with her bed and her,
Oh, yeah.
and her
So-
desk
so
and
she
her
was
uncle
stuck on
she was
that.
stuck on the bed and the desk. How about
trying to count my-
Mwandi?
I was trying to
I
count
think
my
you should go to
furniture.
bed earlier, Mwandi. I think that's what you need. All right. So as we continue our conversation, I want everyone to know that when I say each province is different, it's not actually the province that's different. Each area of where you live is different. Okay. And buyers of real estate in Zambia's markets. Okay, like if you buy a house in Lusaka, in CBD, in Ndola, in Solwezi, you're gonna pay. You know, Lusaka, Ndola, Solwezi, Livingston, you're gonna pay actually, you know, possibly even thousands more of kwachas in land transfer tax than you would say if we were in Chinsali or in maybe even Mazabuka. Mazabuka is okay, a farm area, but it's, you know, it's also a bit more commercial, but in a less commercial sort of place. Okay.
Right.
Vubwi. You know, I just love
wow.
areas like that.
Oh,
They're
wow.
very famous.
All right then. Okay. And I mean,
somebody
even
moving
we
to
know
Mumbai.
that there's some places that are a lot cheaper to live in
Right.
than other places, and that's
Oh, yeah.
that's a big part of it. For example, and you'll find that the fee structure will be a lot different in those areas because I think they've put into consideration that the income levels in those areas are much lower, and so the land price is much lower. I mean, I'll give you an example. There's a house we have in Ndola that is like 2 times the house we have here in Lusaka, and the house
You
in
mean the
Lusaka
size?
wise, and the house in Lusaka gets like double the rent than the house in Ndola.
Oh, yeah.
You know
So-
what I mean? So it's the same sort of concept. So if we had to buy a piece of land, I mean, in the middle of Lusaka, you might as well just give your kidney for that, you know, for that 1 acre, as opposed to if we went to
Choma.
yeah, Choma.
I do know one of my friends was getting land at quite a low
a reasonable,
price that side.
yeah, exactly.
Compared to here,
But you'd find it's
crazy.
even the same size land, even in the same sort of neighborhood, actually, and it's the same concept. All right. So the good news is, if you're a first-time home buyer, sometimes when you come to the bank, and especially this is what we're first-time home buyer or first-time borrower of a mortgage with Cavmont Bank, and this is what our promotion is going to be about. There's going to be a big sort of discount for you.
Okay.
So you're gonna, save some money that you can use. And one thing we want to promote is home ownership, right? So as we promote home ownership, we're also trying to do things like where can you get a rebate, sort of a cashback, and look out for those things.
It sounds
Right.
good.
Honestly, look out
Sounds
for
good.
those things.
Yeah.
And then what I want you to do is find out the closing cost and how it differs across the market. If you're someone who doesn't need to live in a certain area, let me tell you something also. These days, even if, say, you wanted to live in Lusaka, maybe you don't need to live in the middle of Lusaka, but you can go to Chongwe. Okay, nowadays Chongwe is also like Lusaka.
It's
to be honest.
getting,
It's really getting there.
busy.
But once
Yeah.
upon a time, you could go maybe to Chongwe, or you could just, go towards Kafue or something like that. And then you find that your land property is much cheaper. Hence, your taxes on that property are much lower. The correlation is the more expensive your land in, the more expensive your taxes will
Direct
be.
proportion.
That's the thing. But what you want to do, especially if you're a first-time buyer, is you want to avoid, like I said, going into areas that are just extremely insane that you can't afford it. You cannot go and pay, for example, 300,000 kwacha for the piece of land come and get your mortgage to put a house for 500,000 kwacha, and then still have to pay 20 or 30,000 kwacha in taxes.
Yeah, that's
It's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, unless of course you have a big plan for it and you know what you're gonna do with that money. So bottom line, before we sort of close up, is plan ahead, okay? Because land tax can't be included in the mortgage. It is not included in your mortgage.
Okay.
Unless you specifically say, I need to borrow an extra 20,000. So what
To
you could do
cater for
is
that.
get your mortgage and then come and get this could be you 150,000 kwacha unsecured loan
Yeah.
to cater for those fees, okay? Because mortgages are specifically for buying your house, getting equity on your house, and then we'll soon start doing also constructing your house. It is for your house.
Okay.
So go and use your unsecured loan that is much shorter to pay off because the amount is much shorter, okay?
Yeah.
Right.
To get the money for your land property tax, your transfers, your all of that, your lawyer's fees, all of that stuff, all right?
Yeah.
So I want everybody to plan ahead. It's important for all of us buyers purchasing to do this right because we're affected by market factors and also conditions. What if the interest rates go up tomorrow? You've got to be ready to cushion that, all right? And if you factor in these costs from the beginning when establishing a home by having a proper budget and savings plan for your home purchase, and come and talk to us, talk to a mortgage professional in our branches or financial advisor, and they will help determine how you should set aside these funds for taxes, for lawyers, and then you can ensure you're buying your home, your nest egg, your home, and have a home loan that fits you perfectly.
That
Oh, wow.
is a master at communicating, you know. Look at how she just kind of toned down towards the end.
I'm just saying.
To just
It's lovely.
really soothe you with the conversation. Thank you so much for joining us, Chill. Do we have any details that people need to be aware of?
Please come and check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. All right, Cavmont Bank at Cavmont Bank, Cavmont Bank. You can call us on 3333 on Airtel and MTN or 0800 100 3333 on Zamtel. But also come and check us out. The conversation never ends. If you need any sort of advice on finances, if you are happy, unhappy, let me know. Let us know. Let us make your experience at Cavmont Bank a great one. And don't forget, you can always check us out on Radio Christian Voice every Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 8 o'clock. So I think, Gary, what's your website for them to check out what frequency is close to them?
rcvoice.co.zm. rcvoice.co.zm. So you can catch us across the country and you can stream.
There you go.
That's good.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. We hope you enjoyed another great episode of the Cavmont Bank Smart Money Show here today. Tune in next week as we talk more about loans, mortgages, and our brand new campaign. We're looking very excited for that. See you later.